bringing it back home to the UK, and what role might a global Britain have in confronting an increasingly aggressive China? And David asked that question in terms of the Indian Ocean, and can global Britain offer any resistance to a global China's activities in the Indian Ocean?
Well, I think that, sending an aircraft carrier is a good gesture. It shows that, the UK is taking the Indo-Pacific seriously, that it has a capability that it can actually get there, unlike all of those aircraft carriers of France and Italy that have broken down in recent years and haven't really been able to deploy for very long. So, the UK with 2.2% of GDP on defence, we're modernising the Royal Navy, the Air Force, although it's cutting elsewhere, of course, the Army and old aircraft and old tanks and so on. But the UK wants to show that it does have the capability to actually get there, and it can be a player in Asia. But of course, one visit by an aircraft carrier isn't a strategy. And I think what the UK needs to do in the Asia Pacific is say, well, look, one swallow doesn't make a summer. We can't deploy an aircraft carrier every year. So, basically, apart from, showing the flag every now and again, what is our strategy? It cannot be a go it alone strategy. That's clear. It has to be a strategy where the UK works with its European partners. After all, France is a Pacific power. It has far more Pacific possessions. I've been to Tahiti for my holidays, so I know than the UK does in the area, with military bases. The Germans have sent frigates. They trade with China. The EU has a Asia Pacific strategy. So, it's not as if the UK is the only European country that's woken up to the importance of the Asia Pacific. The Germans do far more trade with China than we do. So I think what the UK has to do is piggyback, not just alongside the US, but alongside the Europeans in the Asia Pacific, use diplomacy and economic instruments, soft power, British culture, norms, values, as much as it uses military power, and put the aircraft carrier not as the only part of the strategy, as impressive as it looks on TV, but embedded in a much broader, more long-term strategy for how it's going to exert a pacifying influence in the region. But it has to do it as part of this sort of comprehensive approach. Global Britain means Britain interacting with more partners across the globe, not Britain being a global power like in the 19th century, when Rule Britannia dominated everything and the British Navy ruled the world. No, it's got to be now, how Britain fits in with existing frameworks and amplifies its role and influence through partnering with others. And, that's got now, after the aircraft carriers come home and hopefully had a successful trip, we've now got to sort of, devise that longer term, more diplomatic strategy.